Hello, SigmaWho here signing on, and we have finally gotten rid of that horrible acacia outline and have put down the first layer of brick that is going to be the guideline for the rest of the mall that we're going to build. I am quite excited. However, as I was continuing with this, that was not intentional. Okay, so as I was continuing with this, I was like, you know what? I can actually go ahead and do the first 3 layers of the outline because, it takes me about 3.5 stacks of brick to get all the way around, and I have got more than that. So, whoops, that's a 10. But, so I can go ahead and actually do the second 2 layers of the outline, and I'm quite excited about that. However, once we finish that, we run into a problem. In fact, it is a big problem. It is not a good problem, and I should put on my armor before catastrophe strikes. But that problem is that once we finish with the brick, we've got to use other materials that I don't yet have. We are going to need, oh dear, it's been a few months. What's that block called? Basalt. I believe it's called basalt. We're going to need basalt, which is great. We're going to need cyan terracotta, which is great, especially with the 1.18 update, because we can just go harvest it from caves. And as you can see here, we've got some cactus going on. However, we also are going to need light gray concrete. And I don't know about you, but to get light gray concrete, I'm pretty sure that you've got to use a combination of white and black colored dyes, correct? We've got the white dye covered because we have a scaly farm, right? It produces bones and we can turn the bones into the white colored dye. But unfortunately, our rivers run dry. We're entirely out of ink because we are entirely out of squid. And even if we did have squid, I would have to be running around punching them manually with my sword or slicing them, dicing, whatever. Point is, it would be just a terrible, terrible ordeal to collect the amount of ink that we're going to need. So we have to build a squid farm. Now that in and of itself doesn't seem all that bad, except I've never really been one for farms, and I am always terrified of messing something up. It's like, oh, you put a slab in the wrong, Y coordinate, now the whole farm is ruined, right? Like, I genuinely have mad respect for people who can figure out, farms and stuff, and yeah, so I just, luckily though, Minecraft is a popular game, and there are a ton of tutorials out there that I can just sort of follow along with, and the one that I have been eyeballing is by someone called, Goo Almond, I believe. Let me go ahead and just double check that real quick. Yes, Almond Goo. Okay, I switched the name around, but it's Almond Goo, and I don't know if this is their design or not, but, that's the farm I'm going to go with because it seems like it's the most easy farm to build. Because let's be frank, I don't need a million ink stacks. A few would be nice, but I don't need a million of them. As you can see from this super janky footage, the lag around where I live is terrible. We're dropping down 16, 18 FPS, and then, on servers and stuff where it is not laggy, and other worlds, like my test world, where there is not a ton of stuff going on, I'm easily hitting 60 frames. So this is, lag central over here, right? So we definitely do not want to build our farm anywhere near there, and I would also like to take this moment to where are my rockets? Aha, yes. So as you can see, I've got the regular, I say regular, but it's actually from the vanilla tweaks. It's the Dragon Elytra, but I actually went ahead and, oh, whoops, that's an extra. There we go. I gave myself moon wings, tattered moon wings. I'm very excited. You can't really see them all that great. Wait, this would definitely help. Okay, there we go. Yes. Of course, they're glowing and all enchanty-y because I've got Unbreaking 3 and Mending on them, but I made these and I'm quite happy with them, and if I go ahead and crouch, yeah, it's supposed to be the moon, but it just turns into a strange butterfly pattern, I guess, which I'm not actually too fussed about because I quite like it. So, now that I've gone ahead and showed off my wings, it is time for us to actually go and search for a river biome that we can use. You would expect some place like this to be a river, right? Well, nope. Nope. Yes, but also kind of nope. There's not enough river space to build the farm. Nope. Yes, I think this is it. I think that this is the place. Like, if we go back over here, this is Windswept Hills. But if we come back out here, this is river, 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 river. This is all river, and I can, yeah, this kind of edges into the forest, but I think that I can actually make this section here work. Also, apparently I lied about my frame rate. Usually, I guess I just get better frame rates on servers and my test world for some reason, but this world is just super janky, and you know what? I'm actually going to go ahead and restart my computer. Alright, life certainly seems easier now. Seems like restarting it did the trick. Now, the squid have all gone, which is sad, and I've also was taking a closer look at the video, and now that we've found a location, well, we can't even do anything. We gotta travel all the way back to wherever whence we came, and we've gotta actually collect a ton of materials, including like a stack and a half, or is it like 2 stacks of hoppers? Like, who's got that much iron? Not me. So, well, guess who's gotta go get that much iron? Me. Welcome back to the land of the laggy. This is, I don't even know why I'm building the mall here, honestly. It's going to be terrible. Alright, well, I spent like a month clearing out this mountain. I'm committed at this point, right? So let's go ahead and actually take a quick look at our iron supplies, right? Because we've got, oh, maybe I do have enough to make like 2 stacks of hoppers. Okay, well, I'm suddenly very much less apprehensive. Now, the question I've got, secondly, is the amount of wood that I have. Do I even have enough wood? I might as well just start collecting it. Birch logs. Yeah, that ought to do the trick, right? Who needs this many birch logs? I mean, come on. Okay, thanks to our Construction 10 box and its contents, we were able to go ahead and craft almost 2 stacks of chests. And now we're going to go ahead and, whoops, we do not want redstone. We want iron. We want iron, and we want to make as many freaking hoppers as we possibly can, which will be, oh, that was a bad idea. Alright, hopper time. Come on, just all the hoppers, all the time. Okay, I think I picked up all the iron that had escaped. But we're going to be lacking in iron after this. It's kind of concerning. Ugh. I hope my iron's actually returning to me and not just disappearing. Am I flinging it through the wall or anything? Nope. Okay, so that's some good news. My apprehensiveness has returned somewhat, as we are left with a mere 12 blocks of iron and a single iron ingot. Oh boy. And also, on that note, I guess we know what we're going to be using our beacon for, digging out that there river that is. So I think what's got to happen now is we need a new construction box. I genuinely could have sworn I had shulker shells somewhere, but I just cannot find them. Oh boy. I'm dumb. So construction number this will be 13, I believe. Yeah. So this is construction number 13. I labeled this correctly. So number 13 is going to be the place where we just stick all of the things we're going to need for our upcoming project, including the beacon. So I better not lose this one. And of course, we already have Gigi, where I kind of keep a random assortment of useful items. So we're going to go ahead and do something similar with Gaga, except Gaga is going to be a random assortment of completely useless items. About 2 stacks of hoppers and a beacon. The next thing we're going to need are about 2 stacks of fence gates. So that was actually, that was actually a lot less painful than I thought it was going to be. Nice. Okay. So what else are we going to need? 3 stacks of glass. I never said that the glass had to, like, match up and stuff, right? Iron. Ooh, more iron. Wait. Yeah, there. That's a smart thing to do. Wait, no, that's not a smart thing to do. I need all of this. Here, you start burning rubber or fuel or whatever. I need that gold for the beacon to work. Okay. And now I'm hitting 30 FPS. What the heck? This is not much better. Y'all, I'm grasping at straws here. I mean, I could always sort of cut into my pillar of power, but like... well, I mean, I guess I was gonna save it for resource stuff, but I suppose if I got to, I got to. Stripped of all its gold and iron, our pillar power tower is now making for a sorry sight indeed. You know, I forgot I was using my planters as storage, and I found a bunch of unused shulker boxes, except for this guy. Like, I could have just pulled these guys out and used them, instead of having to make more. How many shulker boxes do I have? Well, at least these furnaces are available. This is it. Our beacon of death. With its beautiful black beam shooting ominously into the sky. I think that, well, this is as good as it's gonna get. This is as good as it's gonna get. We actually cannot complete the last tier of beacon, as we just don't have the resources to do. We only have 10 diamond blocks. And I was even hoping to not have to use these, but alas, it was not going to happen, not with the amount of resources I have. So we only do have haste 2, but I do believe it can go haste 3 if we've had the last tier. I'm not sure. This is my first time actually setting up and using my own beacon, so I'm quite proud of myself. Now, we've got the beacon set up, we've got our bed, we've got our shulkers, we've got our picks at like full health, and these squid, their days are numbered. So, you know what? I think that it's time-lapse time. I've been standing here for about 15 minutes, logged off, just logged back on. Let's go ahead. I did see some squid fall. Don't think I caught that recording, but here we go. Yeah, 35, 31, and 39. That is not bad at all. Together that's like almost a stack and a half, if I'm not mistaken. So this thing seems to be working in the way that it's supposed to be working. Oh, see, there we go right now. Woo! Okay, that was a good catch, and luckily for us it was on this end and not the other one. So yeah, this thing is working, but it is actually not working at, quote, full capacity, and that is actually fine with me. Part of the tutorial said to make sure that each of these waterhole thing doohickeys was in a river biome. As you can see here, this is like windswept hills and stuff, right? Like this one's river, this one's windswept hills. This one's also Windswept Hills. So not all of these are river, and that is totally, whoops, I'm not Squid, don't want to die like that. It's totally fine with me. I don't need that much ink. Sorry about the voice. Not feeling that great, super dry as well. But anyway, so the functionality part of the farm seems to be complete, and just from 15 minutes, I already had like a stack and a half. That's way more than I'm going to need just for this one project, but for projects in the future, it would be nice to have, just source of ink as well, so I won't have to go and kill all those squid by hand. So that was something that I've neatly avoided. Now, I'm not quite done with this farm in terms of just prettiness, I guess. Like, I want to tear out all these walls and put in, like, some nice patterns and stuff. But the design I have in mind uses sea lanterns, so I might have to go make an ocean monument farm thing. Gumwatzer, and what do you mean I'm just making farms to avoid working on the mall? Get that idea out of your head. But anyway, I think that what I'm just going to do for now is I'm just going to log off and take a nap. In other words, this has been buttons. I'm tired. Goodbye. I'm signing off.